Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your home for hypoallergenic Bible study that's fun and fresh. Today we're looking at verses 8 through 10. Now, yesterday we talked about the beginning of creation. On Monday we talked about the pre-creation moment that the psalmist looks into as God sets up shop and he stretches out the heavens like a curtain and lays the foundation of his chambers in the water, so forth. And then yesterday we talked about the creative moment where the earth is founded, the seas are laid, then they are moved away from their location, which is covering everything. Of course, that goes right directly back to Genesis chapter 1. Today, 8 through 10, we're going to talk about water again. Let me just read those for you. They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys, unto the place which thou hast founded for them. Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth. He sendeth the springs into the valleys, which run among the hills. So that's verses 8 through 10. So again, remember, this is all about the Lord, His greatness, His honor, His majesty in creation. He's done all of this prior to creation, during creation, and now we're talking about these waters that He's moved away at His rebuke. Notice it says, they go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys. Someone has said of this verse that this very possibly is a meteorological expression to describe the movement of clouds, how they go up over mountains and then they shed the rain on the backside in the valleys. They come down into the valleys. And so the motion of water really is one of those global cycles that happens every day all around the planet. The water goes up, it comes down, it returns to the sea. So there's this cycle that's being recorded here for us by the psalmist. And, of course, he's saying to us, this is God's hand. The whole meteorological cycle of water vapor and water globally and that eternal motion of water around the planet, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a part of God's plan, and it is evidence of His hand. And then verse 9, thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth. A reference to Noah's flood. Genesis chapter 11, 10 and 11, the great flood of Noah's day. It covered all the earth. Well, God has set a bound that they're not to pass over ever again. So they're in the seas, and they're going to stay in the seas and in the rivers. Now, there will be localized flooding, but there will never again be another flood that covers the mountains. That happened in Noah's day. It will never happen again. The next judgment that God brings will be a judgment of fire. Verse 10, He sendeth the springs into the valleys, which run among the hills. So even though we have this cycle, this meteorological cycle of water globally around the planet, still there is a local need for water. And what God does, He sends springs in there. So He has fed the valleys with springs, and with the springs He gives, and verse 11 tells us, drink to every beast of the field. So the goodness of God is being expressed here. Now, I jumped ahead. I'm going to look at 11, 12, and 13 tomorrow, but just give you an idea. That's what the psalmist is driving towards. That God has created all of this, and it's been created for our goodness. It's been created for our prosperity. It's been created for our care. His hand is behind every single thing, every process of nature that we see. The Lord is there. Okay, I hope you'll join me again tomorrow for more of Psalm 104 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.